Well, here is Wyeth, aka Y, at 3 Lakes. And so this will be his first recognized at the training level. So he's moved up, but he feels nice and ready and confident. So just working here on getting to go down my center line. Just getting us both to focus a little bit. And working on making sure I can be nice and straight, not giving away any of those points. And while he's not the biggest mover, he is pretty relaxed. I could press him a smidge more forward. That's something we've been working on at home, just to get him a little bit more expressive in his trot. But he's pretty cute with his tail. You can see how relaxation's going through his body. And the other thing I have to work on is he can tend to get a little low in the pole. But again, it's kind of, you have to take sometimes what they give you. And for him, it's actually pretty good because there's a lot of kind of activity happening near the end of the ring there. And he's doing a pretty good job of trying to stay focused for me. So doing a length and canter. And into the down transition. And he's very soft in the contact. And again, that's something I have to work on, is getting him to take it and to reach out. So this is my stretchy trot. And for this movement, he could really go down and out with the nose is what you want to see. And then into our walk transition. And now into our free walk. And he's feeling pretty good. Again, I'm trying to get that hind leg to really overstep in march. And for me, I like to kind of teach my horses by alternating my legs, and that kind of helps so you're not staying perfectly still, and then you can kind of entice that tension, versus if you're able to teach them that, hey, walk means that there's a little bit of movement, they tend to stay a little bit more relaxed. This is actually a lot of walking in this test, but again, he was pretty good. We had to go all the way to M before we could pick up the trot, and then we come down this long side and do a half 10-meter circle. Again, every time he kind of wants to drop a little low in the pole, I try to do a little half halt and push from the hind end. But it's always, I want the hind end to come up and under. He's very good for the canter transition. And into our length and canter. And across the diagonal here to our trot. And then we're going to finish up then with our lengthened trot, which he does actually have a fairly decent lengthened trot, but I really couldn't get it until like near the end there. He was just a little bit stuck in pony trot mode. But that's okay. You can see he's really trying to focus. And I was really pleased with him in this test, especially with this being his first training level in a busier atmosphere here. And he ended up doing really well and scoring a 32.8, which put us into 10th place. And you can start to see a little bit of the rain that started coming in. It held off for my dressage test, but started to come in for the show jumping. He jumps the first one really nicely. Again, we've been practicing a little bigger at home, But he kind of was a little bit backed off. I lost the canter, but he's pretty scopy and jumped that vertical quite nicely. Then jumped that oxer really well. I know though, so for him sometimes the doubles can be a little tougher since he is on the smaller side. He's 14.2. But he just kind of peaked going in, and then I knew we were going to do the add there. So it was too bad he jumped a little bit low in front, so we had that rail. Then he jumped that one really well. And again. And then heading around this outside line. Oh, he does really good coming to this jump. Somehow, oh, it was a horrible miss. But he did a good job to get out of the way. And then again, coming to this little double here. Just got a little worried, jumped a little low in front. That will come with more and more confidence as he develops and gets stronger as well. But finished up with just the 2 rails, and then we moved on to cross country, and you can see the rain is really coming down, and he's just marching on forward. His ears were forward, and he was looking for the jumps with the flags. And he jumped that one really well. You're gonna have to kind of look through the trees here. 3 Lakes is pretty cool because it's named because it has 3 lakes, but we have kind of a lot of fun with the change in the trees and kind of going in and out, but it can make for, you have to really focus on where your lines are so you don't run into any of the trees. But Wyeth's doing a great job. He's really kind of locking onto the fences, and again, you can see the rain is really coming down. But he's doing really, really good. And now heading to one of the bigger ones on course. And he really jumps that great, nicely out of stride. And he is quite fun to ride because he has a fairly good gallop on him. And he's pretty adjustable. He's starting to settle in now. And here we're going to go into the back field. Jump that one nicely out of stride. We have a little bit of like a land bridge we have to cross over, which he can be a little careful about, but he was fairly good through there. And you get a nice shot of the porta potty. And he broke down to the trot going into the water, but I really don't mind that. And then we had a corner coming out, and he was pretty good about that. But as long as the forward motion is kind of continuing, sometimes they need a little bit of time to read the questions, and I don't mind at this level if they have to break down to the trot, because I actually do a lot of trotting jumps and trotting things to help build up their confidence, so they always know that they can come down to that if they need a little bit more time. And you jump that really great. And now I'm working here. We have a bit of a sunken road type fences, so a log on top of the hill here, she's really good through. And he had pretty good footwork there. And then we worked our way towards the finish to end up posting a double clear round, and we finished up in 8th place. So I was really pleased with Y Pony.